Hello, welcome to the live chat, the 7777 chat. My name's Deb, and this channel is called Awaken with Deb. I like to share about the human experience to help others with their human experience. And for this block of 7 days, I wanted to give live videos a shot. So I dedicated for 7 days coming on at 7 p.m. my time for a minimum of 7 minutes because you need a time frame. And today's day 7. So here we are. I do upload these to my channel. So if we go over 7 minutes, that's great. But I do keep them at 20 to 30 20 minutes. I try to start wrapping it up. They go over 30 minutes. And like yesterday, went over 30 minutes and it doesn't want to upload. It might eventually upload. It still says uploading. I can't cancel it, can't do anything with it. So who knows what will happen there. We do have a chat that goes. The chat is amazing. It gets engagement going. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera trying to get the chat going. Open Q and A. There are, let's see. What should we talk about though? Well, it's called Awakening with Deb. I guess if you're listening to this, ask yourself, what does awakening mean to you? I like to think of it more as awakening to an awareness of how reality works, noticing how reality is affected by your thoughts, by your choices, by your actions, and noticing that we can take control over that. Not that we need to change anything about ourselves because we're always perfect exactly where we are. So we don't don't feel bad or about yourself like you need to heal or need to change, but just notice, just the awareness. And then we kind of naturally have the desire to change. But the key part is to just not hate yourself that you're not jumping from A to B. Like, yes, there are quantum jumps, but that takes practice to really do the A to B type thing. Let's see. It is 7:01. I did jump on here a little bit early. Oh, shaking the camera again. Hello, people that have joined. Just so you know, I can't see who joins. I am unsure if YouTube allows you to see that if you're on a computer. I'm not on a computer. I am just on my phone. So I can see numbers and people, but I cannot see names unless you do a chat. So if you're in here and you want me to know that you're in here, put something up on the chat. Hello, John Francis. Hello. Welcome. So, open Q&A here. This is talking about the human experience, anything from awakening to esoteric to I keep hearing aliens are going to pop up. Maybe people know that aliens are going to pop up. Maybe that's what Project Bluebeam is because they want to hide the fact that aliens are about to pop up. Who knows, right? What is this live about? Well, if you're new here, my name's Deb, and I like to share ultimately about the human experience. Which, what does that mean? Resilience, self-improvement, development, community, all good things. I like to do yoga, so that kind of encompasses a lot of things. Escaping the matrix, improving your self-confidence, all kinds of things. It is an open Q&A. So, anyone that's in here, open Q&A. Really, this can be any topics. You'd be quite surprised about my knowledge on the vast range of topics. Day of 7 7. Yes, day 7 of 7. So for 7 days, let's see. I wanted to do live, so I said for 7 days at 7 p.m. I was going to come on and do some lives. And by at the first or second day, I realized they needed to put a time limit on it. So I figured 7 minutes. That was great. Gave people enough time to show up, and also enough time for me to bounce if nobody showed up. And so it's been really great. I do try to keep it at 20 to 30 minutes, anything longer than that. And I have issues with the upload. Yesterday's video is still showing as uploaded. And this channel is unique. Thank you. I also think it is unique. I cannot put it into a niche. It's just not possible to put it into a niche. And hello, Jorge, if I said that correctly. And I do, let's see, like to mix of subjects. And what's great about these lives is if you're here and you're putting your time and energy into this live, you have the free will to ask a question. I do ask that you keep it respectful and beneficial. Some questions people have asked have made me just totally quit the live. I still went over the 7 minutes with weird questions that made no sense, but we did it. If you would like to answer a question, maybe it is open Q&A. You can either put something as simple as where you're from, put something as what something made you smile today, or if you were to label today's mood, what kind of color would it be? Something as simple as that. Or you can go something deeper as far as would you choose gritting your teeth through things and being resilient, or more so kicking back, relying on faith? Two different things. Who knows? Okay. I'm looking through a book of notes. I thought I had something planned, and then I look at it and I'm like, I'm just not feeling it. That's kind of how things go. How many people out there are goal setters? Does anyone have a book of goals that they actually write things down? I love to write things down as goals. The thing is, like a 5-year goal, every time I've had a 5-year goal, I have always made my goal before that 5 years has been up. So I do love goals, and I think they are great as kind of a compass and a North Star, but also give yourself some credit on being the awesome person that you are, and don't hold yourself to a timeline. Like, you can make things happen faster. More so is a lot of people hold themselves back. They've been told a certain timeline on things, and so really they get like afraid and they hold themselves to a specific timeline, when if you were to more so follow your soul with your craft, you're probably going to reach your goals a lot faster. And a great example of this is, I might screw the facts up on this a little bit, and I'm not sure what that word means, but hey bro, Mr. Golden VR. Hey bro. Huh. All right. So don't be afraid to set high goals. Don't be afraid to set any goals. They say you're more so afraid of your success than you are of failure. So, has anyone here? Oh, see, I have a list here of some people that I appreciate studying their theories. Who here has heard of Edgar Casey? Anyone? Edgar Casey? No. Okay, just from the experiences. Resilience. I do know a lot about resilience, and actually the one I feel like it was one of my first times of finally going to a therapist, and they're like, "Wow, you're really resilient." And in my mind, that's like the first time anyone had really said that, but I was like, "That's not a good thing. Like, I don't want to have to be resilient. I shouldn't have to have had all these experiences that require me to learn and be really good with resilience. Like, I don't want that to be the silver lining here. I didn't like it." Hmm. Me. Was Mr. Golden VR, is your response in response to if you've heard about Edgar Casey? Edgar Casey was known as the sleeping prophet, an American clairvoyant who could diagnose diseases and recommend treatments. Sleep was the way that he would connect to source. That's just one of the things. Sleeping prophet, I believe he had some visions about the future as well. Mhm. Mhm. Just talking about energy flows is where energy goes. I have a lot of journals that I read through on old times. Edgar Casey, yes. John Francis. Go look up Edgar Casey. He is no longer living. I believe it was the early 19th century. I could be wrong on that. Yes, you do have the name correct. I think that the last name might be spelled slightly different, but if you put that in, the internet will get you there. And that might be right. I'm not sure. I've had a lot of Caseys in my life that have been important to me, so the names get mixed up. I guess they're not that important if the names get mixed up. Um okay, so sane, this is a completely different subject. Okay, we'll look that up. Yes. And Mr. Golden VR, where are you from? You've never heard of it. Okay, well, then why have you one of my videos I talked about people pleasing, Mr. Golden VR. Ha- have you heard of people pleasing? It's where people give responses that they think other people want to hear, or they do things to fit in, but then there's people that can see right through it, or even if they can't see right through it, eventually when they find out, then they're like, well, okay, you weren't truthful or honest. So, A, they lose respect for you, and B, it's why be afraid of yourself? Why not be honest in the first place? So, when people say kidding, I feel like they're usually not kidding in my experiences. I'm not laughing. I'm not sure. I mean, you were very adamant about saying me multiple times. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, so is there anyone else in here? Unless John, you probably have the room all to yourself. You're my top fan. Congratulations. Okay, this video is over 7 minutes. And yes, let's see. I'm very distracted. I have a large to-do list to do after this. And yeah, so it's the last day of the lives. I almost forgot about today's. So that means I don't believe that I will continue to do these. And yes, yes, yes. I am probably about 6 months in to when I said I was going to do videos for only a year. So I'm halfway through. As it's going now, we shall see how these videos work and continue on. So I am going to go ahead and sign off. I'm looking through, like, nothing is inspiring me right now. Noth- Hmm. Okay. Well, I am Deb. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for thank you for showing up. I can't guarantee when this video will be uploaded because the lives are different the way they upload, and my technology is not the most updated technology. So if you go check out my channel, it is kind of unique. It has a lot of different subjects. It's mostly self development, learning to love yourself, learning to be a better person, learning that you don't actually need, like, healing's kind of fake. You don't need to heal. You don't need to be a better person. You're perfect as you are. However, we live on earth and everything is duality. So, yes, if you want to live a better life, you do have to improve. That's that. So, okay. Well, John, thank you for joining. I don't know if you're still in here. You're not responding. And again, I can't see who's actually in this room. Maybe that's just a cell phone versus PC version, computer version. I don't really know, but I catch me on the regular videos. I'm not sure when a live will pop up again, but I'm sure I will probably announce it if I do another live. So, cheers. Have a beautiful day.